We've got more injuries. We're going to run out of players at this rate. Well, have you got any good news for me? The youth intake is here. All right, so we have some good talent coming through then. Well, that's hardly good news then, is it? Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 11, Episode 15 here at H&W Welders. And today we have a chance to really take a stranglehold on the lead. We're playing second in the league. Larne first up after the split, first game after the split. Then it's Banbridge Town of the Championship in the semi-final of the Irish Cup. So a chance to make another cup final this season as well. Now the news since last episode is we have got our new youth intake. It's news, it's not necessarily good news though. You can see there's one or two that might have some sort of future here. Joe McLean was the highest rated, and that probably tells you a story. He's only 15, so physically he's quite decent, but technically he's a bit of a basket case, and mentally he's not that great either. And otherwise, I mean, there's a couple of guys here that maybe, but yeah, generally speaking, I don't know that there's too much going to come through here. If we have a look at the under-18 squad, generally, outside of McLean, there's a couple from last year's intake that are kind of still around and threatening to become footballers, but actually Doherty could be okay. Just lacks composure, really. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't be holding my breath for too many of this mob to come through and threaten for first team places, unfortunately. And the other news we have is injuries. We have yet more injuries. We have lost Rory Hill, our right back, 8 days to 3 weeks. That's getting towards the end of April. That's threatening to be season over for him, which is a shame because he's been a fairly good player for us this season. And the other one that's going to be a little bit of a blow for us is Stephen Al-Amin in midfield. He's essentially, you know, you can see 8 days to a month. He's essentially season over as well. And we're starting to get a little thin in midfield. The fixtures aren't piling up, so we should be able to get away with it. But we're just losing options, and as I said, just getting a little thin. And the other player who's been injured that is a blow, but not a massive one, is Mr. X-Ray Vision, Sean Simpson. He may be back this season, and in any case, he's not the player he once was for us. We've moved past him to a point. So, yeah, it's not, as I said, not a massive blow. But again, it all just eats into squad depth, which is obviously not ideal. Now, you haven't missed anything since last episode. We have come straight back. So a quick refresher of how things stand. We have 4 points ahead of Larne coming into this game. If we were to win it, go 7 points clear with 4 games to play, then you're looking at it thinking, yeah, that's just about job done. Now, of course, the big other thing we have going in the league is Aaron McDade down here. 34 goals he has. We have 5 games left. Of course, there's 5 games after the split. In order to break the league record for scoring, he equaled it last season. He needs 8 goals from those 5 games. So he's there. He's within touching distance. But of course, 2 games, one against Linfield, one against Larne. It's going to be maybe a little bit tricky for him to bang them in. But if he can get 1 or 2, then you just never know. But similar to the Cup quarterfinal last episode, we're expecting Larne to be a 4-2-3-1 formation. And this is the team that we are sending out. It's more or less the team that played in the semi-final, 1 or 2 changes as ever. So it's Zanetti in goal, Ellis back from suspension at left back with Simpson, Lewis and Monaghan in for the injured Hill. It's McQuaid and Mounier continuing in midfield. Scully, Napoleon and Lake. McDade comes in to play in the league. And let's see what he can do. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. It looks very similar, doesn't it, to how it looked in the Cup semi-final. Keach, of course, still playing and captain for them. What do we want to say to this? I fully expect you to keep the game going. Let's just keep the run going here, boys. Now, one thing that has happened since last episode as well involves Aaron McDade, is that he made his international debut. Long awaited, I would say, having just absolutely smashed in goals for fun ever since he joined us. So he is now a Northern Ireland international, so well done to McDade. That is very much deserved. Cross in. Oh, and speaking of McDade, he wasn't far away from heading us into a first-minute lead there. Ball forward. Ellis heads it down to McQuaid. Ellis again. Forward for Napoleon. Napoleon, back post for Scully. Scully, oh, what a shot that is. It's a 15th of the season, and we do have a first-minute lead. And it is, well, Napoleon putting balls on plates again, and Scully and Lake have been lapping those up all season long. And this time it's Scully, and look at this for a cross. It's pinpoint. Not quite pinpoint. It hit on the half volley, not on the volley, but a stunning finish nonetheless. And inside a minute, in a massive game in terms of the title, where this title's going to go this season. We're 1-0 up. Now, if we could go and get McDade a nice goal here, nice hat trick maybe, that would be something, wouldn't it? We've got Picasso on the bench, Turpie as well. If it's going well, we might try and get 1 or 2 of them on as well. We've got a week's break before the Banbridge Town game, so there's plenty of time. And given the level that Banbridge Town are at, it might be a game where we play perhaps even with Picasso and Turpie as a duo up front, and just see what that does for us. We'll try to demand more here. What's happening is the game is sort of just ticking by. Corner to defend. Oh, we did work on defending set pieces as well as attacking them in the international break. But you wouldn't know that looking from that. Is that going to be half-time? It looks as though it is. And, well, we've been the better team, but you wouldn't say we've particularly played well. So do we go with the assistant? There's room for improvement. I think I like that. We'll pump our fists, say we have faith in them. And hopefully, a second goal should just about wrap things up for us. But we need to get that second goal first, don't we? Let's give it, what do we want to do here? Let's praise them. That hasn't really worked, has it? Linfield absolutely smashing Carrick Rangers to pieces. Of course, it's all a little bit too late for Linfield. What did I say? They were 9 points behind us or something with 5 to play. It would take some sort of monumental stuff up from us, and well, also Larne, obviously, in order for them to win the league. So if we can even just keep them out of the Champions League, there is, of course, 2 Champions League places this season. So that's nice, but we want to make sure that we're going into the Champions path and not the runners-up path, because that's going to be a lot more difficult to qualify through. Come on, boys. Can we get a tackle in? We can. Napoleon's done brilliantly. McQuaid has it. Can he slip in? McDade. He's gone wide. Oh, he's gone very wide. It's a penalty, and it's going to be McDade to take. Come on, McDade. Can we get league goal number 35? Knock another one off this list. He can. His keeper's gone the right way, but McDade has done enough with the power. A 35th league goal, 36th goal of the season. We'll praise them. And, well, is he going to get this record? The fact he's been able to chalk one off against Larne, he's going to have to do most of his work against Carrick Rangers, Coleraine, and Crusaders, I would imagine. But if he can get close, well, then he's going to be every chance, isn't he? Monaghan on the ball. Back to Lewis. Forward from McQuaid to Napoleon. Napoleon goes past one. McDade's making his run. Was he onside? Can he finish it? He can, and he is onside. And McDade has a double. He is now 6 away from the record. Is he going to do this? He was so close last year. It was heartbreaking, wasn't it, to only tie the record in the end. And of course, he only played 27 league games last season. He's actually doing worse this season in terms of sort of a goals per game ratio. It's taken a deflection. He's maybe a little bit lucky that that's given to him. It was possibly already on target. We've come straight back. Can he get himself a hat-trick? It's 3-0. Let's not brush past that. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself in the praise of... oh, don't get offset off there, Ellis. In my praise of... Oh, a massive save from Eddie of McDade. McDade and McQuaid are way too close together. But, you know, we're 3-0 up at Larne. And this is essentially a 7-point lead for us in the title race, which is absolutely huge. We play Linfield next in the league. We got them both away from home, which is a little bit rough on us. But if we were to win that, then that could mathematically steal the title for us. It would, of course, mean Larne would need to drop points, wouldn't it? Because 7 points with 3 games to go isn't quite going to get there. But it would go very, very close. Mounier, McQuaid, looking for Scully. It's a good first touch. It's a wonderful goal from Kian Scully. We have got him back on loan again next season, of course. A 16th goal of the season for him. And it's all looking very, very nice in the world of the Welders. We can praise them, can we? Yes, we can. And, yeah, we're too good for Larne on this day, aren't we? When we perform, I think we're just about too good for anyone. Linfield is still the team we have the most trouble with. Look at that, 5-4. Carrick Rangers coming roaring back into it. But, yeah, we're too good for teams when we play well. Couple of minutes to play here. Can we get McDade a hat-trick? It's Scully. Can we get Scully a hat-trick? Not quite. Unlucky there. Me over the ball for a goal kick. Still, we put pressure on. We should win that. We do. But only as far as the Larne midfield there. Ellis comes forward. Just don't get yourself sent off, mate. Scully goes back. Napoleon, can he get McDade in early? He's into the penalty area. He goes outside the penalty area. He's not going to score from there. In fact, Seth Keach wins the ball off of him. And here we go again. Easy for Lewis. Down to McQuaid. Napoleon. McDade. Is this the moment? McDade gets himself a hat-trick against Linfield. That's 37 goals. He needs 5 for the record now. He needs 5 in 4. That's pedestrian pace for McDade. And, well, Larne have fallen in a heap. 5-0 against our closest title rivals, away from home for us as well. It's been a magnificent performance, led, of course, by that wonderful, wonderful man, McDade, up front. And there it is, 5-0. A hat-trick for McDade, 2 goals for Scully as well. And it's just, well, I mean, what do we say? That's outstretched arms. Let's give them some praise. They've earned that today. So in the end, Linfield have hung on barely. But there we go. We are now 7 points clear, 4 games to play. And, of course, we don't have to play Larne again this season. But there we go. Classy McDade, a hat-trick for him. And he will, well, I don't want to say almost certainly get the record. But injuries aside, he should get that record this year, shouldn't he? Guys, wait right there. We'll be back to try and make a cup final. It's Banbridge Town. And we'll probably have a look at Picasso and Turpey up front as a duo. Okay, welcome back. Let's put that wonderful victory to one side and let's try and make ourselves a cup final. It's top of the league versus top of the championship. Banbridge Town versus Harlan and Wolf Welders. You can see we are heavy, heavy favourites despite our sizable injury list. Now, a few notable things coming into this game. William McQuaid is only 2 assists off a club record. So if he was to get a hat-trick of assists here, he would break Napoleon's club record for assists in a season. And Zayanetti is currently joint with Neil Taylor, our former goalkeeper Neil Taylor, on most clean sheets in a season. So obviously if we keep a clean sheet here, he will also set a new club record. Let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here. Well, that is a league fixture. And this is it. We're expecting a 4-4-2 from them. And this is the team we're sending out. It is Zayanetti in goal. It's Simpson, Coyle, and Martin as the back 3 in this one. Monahan down the right. McKay, we're going to give him a game as a as a left wing back. He's very, very good. He actually made his international debut with Aaron McDade, and I want him to stay for next season, so we're going to give him a game here. It's McQuaid and Miss Kelly in midfield. It's Chambers in behind Picasso and Turpey. We've got a strong bench if things are going wrong. McMenemy, Ellis, Napoleon, Scully, Lake, and McDade. So let it not be said we're not taking it seriously. We are just trying to give a few other players some game time. Okay, so we can see the team sheets. I don't recognize any names in their lineup. Don't even recognize the manager's name. There was a time, though, not that long ago, before they got promoted for the first time. No pressure on your performance here today, boys. We went to Banbridge Town and signed a couple of players. Ray Fitzpatrick is one I remember we got from them. And there were a couple of others as well, though I can't remember specifically off the top of my head who they were. Now, while we're waiting for the game to get underway, final call for your Viewers Player of the Year nomination. Thank everybody who has nominated a player already, or players already. You can nominate more than one. But yeah, last call. What we'll do is we'll come back next episode. It's Linfield away and Coleraine, I think. We should, unless something goes horribly wrong, wrap up the league title that episode. So that'll be when we vote for the Player of the Year, and then end of season awards will be after what is hopefully going to be a cup final. And if we were not to win this, then it would just be the final game of the league season as a bit of a fancy dress day out. One for the fans to enjoy, and yeah, end of season awards. Here we go, McKay with a little bit of space. Oh, McKay wants his name on that goal of the season nominations list, and that was extremely... I remember a goal Harry Kuehl scored. I think it was actually against Aston Villa where he belted one in like that. That would have been, and it would have been goal of the season. We've scored some good goals this year, but nothing quite like that. But 20-odd minutes in here, and Banbridge Town are doing a much better job against us than what Larne did. Have we allowed complacency into our game here? That is going to be the concern, isn't it? Martin with the ball coming forward. Monahan in front of him. Miss Kelly inside. It's there for Chambers. Goes back to McQuaid. Raking ball out wide for Picasso. Can he find Turpey in the middle? He looks for him. It's Turpey. Brings it down. It's still there. Turpey can't miss. Excellent composure. And it's a 13th of the season for youngster Gary Turpey. Came through our academy. Is he going to be the best player that's ever come through our academy? Certainly Miss Kelly will have something to say about that. McQuaid has, well, he's been there and done it, really, hasn't he? And, well, really, really good composure from Turpie in front of goal. 1-0 and perhaps a foot in the final. Let's see if we can go and get a second. A second goal should break their spirit, given that they are a second-tier side. But, of course, at 1-0, there is always a chance. And we've got a corner kick here. McKay gets it away. Picasso has it. Turpie's with him. Miss Kelly as well. Monahan's getting forward wide right, but there's a good run from Turpie. Can he whack one in across the goalkeeper? He has a go, but it is a decent save in the end, and we'll have a corner instead. McQuaid. What can he do? Decent ball in. It's Picasso, and it's over the bar. Not the best in the air is old Picasso. And that will be half-time. 1-0. What do we want to say to that? It's got to be a don't get complacent, doesn't it? It's been relatively comfortable, but as ever with a one-goal lead, it can all go wrong very, very quickly. As I said, we do have that really strong bench as well, so there's certainly no need for us to panic. Now, we had a Francis at one point. I wonder if that's him. I didn't recognize his name on the team sheet. Oh, Turpie, I thought he was going to get to that. He does in the end get a block in. Chambers has it. Back to Turpie. Turpie running in field. Miss Kelly's in space if he wants to use him. Instead, he goes over the top to Picasso. Picasso, I'm not quite sure what that was. He likes his abstract art, and that was a bit of abstract forward play, I think. O'Leary pumps it forward. Martin is there. Down to Miss Kelly. To Picasso. What's he got for us this time? It's tackled away. Monahan picks it up, though. Turpie is lurking. Picasso goes to join him, edge of the area, Chambers down. Oh, can't quite find a way through that Banbridge Town defence. Miss Kelly, McQuaid. Nice ball for Turpie. Again, we just keep sort of coming deeper with it, don't we? There's a ball for Monahan. Monahan, that's a finish. Is that a first ever goal for the club? It's a first goal of the season. It's his only first season at the club. Therefore, it is his first goal for the club. A second of the game, and that should be enough now to see us through. And what a strike it is from Monahan across the goalkeeper from a very tight angle. And, I mean, the goalkeeper will probably want it back, but it was just a very good finish, wasn't it? And that is 2-0 to the good guys. Turpie looking for the flick on. Can't quite find Picasso. Is this going to be the third goal that will be party time officially? Miss Kelly gets it forward for Picasso, and he's offside anyway, it looks like. Linesman standing there with his flag up. And we have a throw for Banbridge Town. Putting some more pressure on them, which is good to see. But at least Picasso's working hard. We can't accuse him of being lazy. Oh, Monahan. They have a McDade as well, and he's almost as good as our one, it looks like. McQuizzen against Zanetti. Is he going to lose his clean sheet? No, he's not. He still could get the record today. He wants that record. He deserves that record. And he saved a penalty to make sure that he can still get that record today. I mean, almost certainly he's going to get the record this season. I mean, as I said, he absolutely deserves it. He's been sensational for us. But, yeah, working hard to make sure today's the day. Let's maybe, given there's some complacency there, give it a focus after this highlight. Monahan with a throw. Picasso, is he going to go to him? He does. Picasso into the penalty area, rolls his defender and sticks it away. It's only a second goal for Francesco Picasso, but it is 3-0. It is Welders going to the final, and it's going to be Crusaders when we get there. They beat Coleraine. I think it was... No, that was Glenavon they were playing, wasn't it? And they beat them. It was 3-1 or 3-0. Glenavon had a player sent off early, so it wasn't much of a game. So it's Crusaders that will wait for us in the final. And, well, we've beaten them already this season several times, so we should be feeling relatively confident ahead of that. But the clock winds down. It's a professional 3-0 performance. We are into the final. Banbridge Town are brushed aside, and penalty aside, which was brilliantly saved by Zanetti, that was a very good performance from us. So there we go. We hammer Banbridge Town. Goals from both our strikers as well, which is good to see. Robinson disappointed in the manner of the defeat. A little bit of money in the bank for us. And Monahan, what a strike that was from him. We'll go with a superb in front of goal for him. The Northern Irish manager looking at Martin McKay. And that is just about that. We go and have a look at the final. it will be, where are we? Peaky Blinders Cup. It will be ourselves and, well, there's the other semi-final there. 2-0 it was, Crusaders over Glenavon. So that will be, of course, the final we have to look forward to now. But that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, do make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Just the 8 goals, none conceded. We'll be back next time for our final 2 away games of the season, Linfield and Coleraine. And we just need to make sure at the end of the episode we are 6 points clear of Larne. We're already 7 points clear of Larne. That goal difference is spectacular. So if it goes without saying, if we win those 2 games next episode, we will be champions. And McDade only needs 5 goals to break the record as well. It could be historic. Take care.